The first person we're going to induct into the Hall of Fame tonight is Mr. Bob Keeley. Where are you, Bob? So, as we all know, one of the nicest men in British country music, isn't he? Eh? He's a lovely chap. How much did he pay me? I'm not going to do what I did last time, no matter what. So, I've got a bit to say about Bob. By the way, we've got Rob from Cross Country Music Magazine. He's going to be giving this over to you very shortly. So, it says here, have you got your glasses, Bob? Can you see that? So, basically, it said here that Bob started his career with a band called the Troubleshooters. Yeah. That's right. And then it was a band called Blackjack. You used to buy them for a penny, didn't you, at the shop? They're how much? 4p? 4 for a penny? This award's going to pot, right. And then, of course, he was with the Nadine Summers band. It's fine, it's fine. And then, of course, when they parted company, it was you and Rob Childs were Vegas. I remember that one for a lot of years. You've been around the block, you haven't you? You look really well for 78. I must... I've got a list of all the awards that you've won here. The BCM in 2011, it was a Solo Artist of the Year. 2016, Entertainer of the Year. 2017, Solo Artist of the Year. 2018, Male Vocalist of the Year. Are you bored yet? I should carry on. It doesn't need any more. I'll carry on a little bit. Hang on. It said 2019 Solo Artist of the Year. In 2017, of course, he teamed up with his son to make the wonderful Keeleys. You've had them on the Keeleys, haven't you? So I'm sure you'll all agree that there's nobody more deserving than this guy here to be inducted into British Country Music Hall of Fame, along with so many great names. Number 61, member 61 in the British Hall of Fame, Mr. Bob Keeley, everybody. Bob Keeley, everyone! So to be inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame, you're voted in by those that are already in the Hall of Fame. There's 60 odd, so people within the industry that have been in there. There's everybody in there from Dave Sheriff, would you believe? Gary Perkins was nominated into the Hall of Fame. There's so many great names in there. Even Whispering Bob Harris from Radio 2 is in the Hall of Fame. So what we try to do is get somebody that's front of house, like Bob, and also somebody that works behind the scenes to give, and that gives more than anybody else. And so the next inductee into the Hall of Fame from Sylvan Entertainment is Sylvia McMaster. Are you there, Sylvia? Could I get you onto the stage, please? So some of you probably may not know Sylvia because she works behind the scenes so much for country music. She is, I think the cameraman wants you to come this way a bit, Sil. You know what they're like. Take the notice, it's from the Daily Sport, don't worry. So yeah, behind the scenes, there's people that work very hard for country music. and Sylvia is one of those people. I've got a few notes here about, I can't believe this story. So it says here that Sylvia always loved country music, and at the age of 15, she was told off because she had music magazines in her desk rather than her books for school. So that's where it started. She's done lots and lots of things. She's worked as a travel agent, she's worked as a DJ, she's organised so many things. In fact, she teamed up with Bob, wasn't it, from Frimley, the lakeside, and did lots and lots of shows. She ran, for a lot of years, she ran the Taster there to introduce people to new artists. But way back, she looked after and brought people into the country to play. People like Tammy Wynette and Gloria Gaynor, and loads of people. And she also, I can't believe you met the Beatles. She met the Beatles, wow, yes. So many things that Sylvia's done. Then back in the 90s, she turned her gaze purely to country music. And she did, well actually, Bobby D. Sawyer was one of yours, wasn't he? Do you remember Bobby D. Sawyer? Well, Sylvia here introduced Bobby to the country music circuit. I think, was that your first main act? The first overseas act, yeah. And so, actually, I'm going to close this actually, because Sylvia is one of the most hard-working people I know within the industry. And if you're an artist at all, then you will know Sylvia. She's in the same business as me, and sometimes we're at loggerheads, and sometimes we help each other out, but we get by. In fact, Rory O'Neill was one of the acts that you launched, wasn't he, when he first came onto the circuit. So, back to the book. It gives me great pleasure, ladies and gentlemen, number 62 in the British Country Music Hall of Fame, Sylvia McMaster Cox.
I've got to read this because if I don't read it, I've forgotten everything I ever thought I'd say. But so please forgive me with a bit of paper in my hand. I want to say thank you for inviting me here today to recognise the job that I do. Running an agency, it's not just a job, it's a way of life, and I know Malc knows that. So you need a special kind of partner to put up with the early morning, the late night calls, the cold food, and the interruptions in normal life. My special kind of partner is Brian Cox, and he's here, and I do thank him because he keeps me going. But then, we also need the friendship and loyalty of all of you clients that are out there, because without you and your colleagues making those calls, and without all the wonderful artists travelling miles around the country, putting up with traffic jams, motorway food and diversions, there wouldn't be any need for me, or for people like Malc, or indeed for Rob, who does the magazine. So, thank you all. Our country scene is a bit special. Long may it continue. Let's all keep trying it.
Ladies and gentlemen, number 62 in the British Country Music Hall of Fame, Sylvia McMaster Cox. Thank you. We're going to play a little bit of music. Well, I don't know where Charlie's gone, but we're going to play a bit of music, and then we're going to get, oh, he's here. Then we're going to get Tony Rouse on stage. Thank you all for